A brief history of Karneval in Cologne. In the olden days, the Virgin Maiden, called Ihre Lieblichkeit, literally translated as her loveliness, portrayed the Mother Colonia. She wore a chastity crown upon her head to signify the apparent impregnability of the city. This shows that even in the Middle Ages, the citizens of Cologne took safe sex very seriously. She is also portrayed to be holding a hand mirror symbolizing female vanity, a symbol which has no deeper meaning than women, am I right? For reasons unknown, the role of Ihre Lieblichkeit was traditionally played by a man. Perhaps they thought that women were simply too daft to play the role of a woman. Or perhaps they all just secretly enjoyed cross-dressing. Note that the man who was chosen to play Ihre Lieblichkeit was forced to shave his beard and his mustache. Whatever else he was forced to shave remains lost to history. In the mid-1930s, the Nazis, being the sensible, level-headed blokes that they were, ordered Ihre Lieblichkeit to be played by a real woman. This was later recognized as the event that caused Adolf Hitler to lose Cologne to the Allies. Till this day, the people of Cologne are still wary of attempts by the federal government to take away their right to cross-dress. After the World Wars, Karneval frequently sees parties take place on streets, featuring fancy costumes and masks. The parties only become more enthusiastic as the weeks progress. On the final Tuesday, all-night parties take place full of dancing, hugging, and smooching. Some parties are for all, some are for women, some for children, and some are for donuts. These donuts are commonly called the Berliner. It lacks a central hole and is made from sweet yeast dough fried in fat with a jam filling, commonly powdered with sugar on top. The jam is sometimes made of chocolate, champagne, custard, or advocaat, which is a traditional Dutch beverage made from eggs, sugar, and brandy. The Berliner is commonly attributed to John F. Kennedy, who during the Cold War famously said, "Ich bin ein Berliner," while standing next to the Berlin Wall eating a box of Berliners. The Berlin Wall created the divide between East and West Germany, or as the Allies like to put it, it kept the Russians out of the West, because we all know that wherever the Russian go, the bears follow. And the last thing the West really needed was bears. My favorite type of bear is the polar bear, who, by the way, is threatened by global warming, which causes the polar ice caps to melt, raising the sea level. This is bad to almost everyone, except the fish, who famously live in water. The blobfish is touted as one of the ugliest creatures on the planet, but are mostly just misunderstood. Their natural habitat lies at the bottom of the sea, close to the seabed, and this subjects them to enormous pressures. When fished up to the surface, they slowly decompress, causing their gelatinous bodies to expand outwards into a blubbery mess. It's similar to putting Shakira on a spaceship, launching it to the sun while she burns to a crisp, and then calling her the ugliest woman alive. Unfair, right? It's also untrue. Shakira is objectively bae. If you like that video, like and subscribe to The False History Geek for more.